What's up guys, and welcome back to Escooter Clinic. Today we're looking at the most massive electric vehicle I've ever reviewed on the channel, the Leaperkim ORYX. And this thing is absolutely a behemoth in power and speed. Now, first thing out the gate, the obvious, this thing is an absolute beast, an absolute Goliath in the EUC. This thing is built out of the strongest materials ever, and the build quality of this thing is absolutely insane. This thing weighs an absolute ton because it's filled to the brim with power, range and performance. And it's the first thing you see out the gate. This thing, you know, is designed to do the endless ride. You're going to be doing some serious hundreds of miles on this EUC in a single charge, and this is where this wheel sits. Now, one thing that's different with this all new wheel from Leaperkim is the upgraded suspension and shocks system. Now, this is designed for serviceability and maintenance. This is designed for the convenience of the user, and having a easy maintained EUC is key for the long life of this EUC. And what's nice about the suspension is that it has an upgraded suspension shock system to make sure that this giant wheel keeps its stability and keeps the comfort for those long marathon rides. Because as we know, Leaperkim previously had some issues with other EUCs they've released in the past, and they've learned their lesson and proved it with this all new wheel design. Now, the motor that is paired with this EUC is a gigantic 4,200 watt motor that some riders have got up to speeds of up to 70 miles an hour. Now that is motorcycle speed. And some riders have even said they've got this wheel up to 90 miles an hour. That's on a single wheel. That is bold. That is insane. Now, I've never been able to sit down and ride on an EUC, but at 22 inches on the tyre of this wheel, it's like sitting on a motorbike. It really is. I think most motorcycle tyres are around this size, but 22 inches in size is absolutely crazy. But it means that this wheel is designed for one thing: range, power and miles. Now, this wheel is advertised to do 93 miles on a single charge with suspension, which we'll talk more about in the video later on. 93 miles on a single charge on an EUC with suspension on a huge 22-inch comfortable ride. This thing is designed for serious endurance riding. This don't need a charger, just need to go out one direction and send it. Now, being one of the most long-range EVs I've ever reviewed, this thing does come at a cost, and it's weight. This thing weighs 57 kilograms. This isn't a daily commuter, this is an endless range tourer. So if you're a die-hard EUC enthusiast and you have any element of range anxiety, this thing will crush it tenfold. Thing's absolutely bananas. So the watt hour for this absolutely ridiculous beast is 4,700 watt hours of an absolutely gigantic battery. That means that it's got a voltage of 176.4 volts, which is the longest range electric unicycle ever made from Leaperkim. And that is nothing to snuff your nose at. Now, one of the really nice features about this wheel is its very nice high handle. Now, as you can see here, when you lift this wheel up, let me just turn this on for you in a second. You can see the display and the locks up, and it's a really nice carry handle angle, and it's nice at hip height, which is a really nice feature. Also, a really nice clear display as well. No distractions here, just the information that you need. Now, first thing to say about the Leaperkim ORYX, it is a behemoth. It's not small, it's behemoth. It is the biggest thing I've ever ridden of any EV ever. That's including e-bike, in my opinion. This thing's an absolute weight mass of power, batteries, range, everything. This thing is not compromising on anything but power and range. I have not ridden anything this huge before. And to be fair, like anything with an EUC for the first time, my legs are holding on for dear life. But yeah, so this thing is an absolute range beast from Leaperkim, the Leaperkim ORYX. If you have any worry about range, power or speed, this thing can travel from one side of the planet to the other. And I'm just trying to figure out how it sits for me, because this thing ain't no joke. Now, being an absolutely colossal size EUC, that means it's good at certain things and not so great at other things. One of the things I wouldn't say this wheel is great at is agility. Having that huge load between your legs means it does affect carvability. So if you're looking for a nimble wheel that you want to whip around town for the quick spot to shops, this isn't the wheel. But if you're one of those riders that want to do hundreds of miles in a day with comfort in mind, when I say comfortability, doesn't just mean agility. With that suspension and a large 22-inch wheel, it means that this wheel is designed for long enduro-based riding. Notice a theme here. But just because it's not agile doesn't mean that it has other tricks up its sleeve. Now, that enormous 4,200 watt motor up to a peak of 10,500 watts of power means that this wheel has insane amount of torque. So if you're a hill climber or off-road enthusiast, this wheel is going to be perfect for those long endurance-based riding. So this wheel is designed for those EUC enthusiasts who are looking for that wheel that you don't think about anything at all. You just get on it and go. And this thing is powerful, so powerful. But for me, it's the endless EUC cruiser. So if you want to go out for those long rides, this thing does 70 miles an hour plus. I don't know any EV I'd want to do that kind of speed on. But the reason why that is good is because if you've got an EUC that does more than your physical ability will ever do, that means there are safety features as well. So something like a little curb, easy. No problems at all. This thing is built like a tank, and the machining all over this wheel shows that this thing is designed for endless EUC touring. So having amazing torque means you also get the benefit of the other end of the spectrum as well. Excellent braking, which is surprising. Having a wheel at 57 kilograms in weight, you think would be an absolute lump to brake, but it's very smooth and it is very controlled. So having great braking is essential. You can't just have something that goes really quick in one straight line and doesn't stop. This thing stops really well and smoothly as well, I might add. And while we're talking about smoothness of the ride, this thing has one of the most comfortable rides. Having that enormous 22-inch wheel with paired suspension, loads of performance, this wheel does not struggle when it comes to endless cruising or endless EUC touring. Overall, the Leaperkim ORYX is far too much wheel for me. If you're looking for a wheel with ridiculous power, ridiculous range, and a wheel that will outlast any EUC rider out there, then you might want to check out this wheel. For me, it is a bit too heavy and it's a bit too cumbersome for urban riding. But if you're an endurance rider who does miles and miles and miles at high speed, this will be the wheel for you. But if you're not sure and you want to check out for yourself, come visit Escooter Clinic and we're happy to demo this wheel to you to see what your thoughts are. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this video, please drop a like and comment if there's any other EUCs you want to see on the channel or any PVs we have in the shop. Anyway, until the next one, I'll see you guys real soon.